New Hampton Red Power. First Man of Waverly, Plainfield, and Cedar Falls. People's Insurance. The Scoop, Venus Insurance. Venus Insurance. Venus Insurance. Venus Insurance. Venus Insurance. Waverly Family Dentistry. Waverly Utilities. American Family Insurance Christie DeMuth Agency Incorporated. CUSB Bank in Waverly, Shell Rock, and Charles City. Johnston Financial Services, Dale's Service, and Folkert's Financial Strategy. Now with a live play-by-play, here's the voice of the Go Hawks, Matt Ray.
Hello and welcome to Olin Zach Field in Decorah for tonight's Northeast Iowa Conference baseball doubleheader featuring the 10-2 Decorah Vikings and your 8-6 Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks. The top two teams in the conference collide tonight. The Vikings have a half-game lead over the Go Hawks in the standings, and a sweep could flip the script. A split could keep it the same, and of course a sweep for the Vikings could keep them in control of this league. So it's a really important doubleheader. The Go Hawks split with New Hampton last night. They'll have New Hampton again on Monday. This is the toughest conference stretch of the season, no doubt about it, for Waverly Shell Rock. Can they come out and get two? As Coach B.J. Hermson would say, you've got to get one before you get two. We'll see what the Go Hawks do in game number one. We'll get you prepared for both these games of the conversation with Coach B.J. Hermson, the Go Hawk head coach, coming up in a little bit. We'll introduce you to the starting lineup. It's Waverly Shell Rock in Decorah for a baseball doubleheader on a beautiful June evening on the K-Way Sports Network.
We are family.
Hey kids, can we give the singing a little break? It's a long way till we get to the hotel, and since we got our new quiet and comfortable riding tires from feeling we're going to spend a little more time in the car this summer. So let's find something else to do instead of singing.
Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet?
Hold on. How does that go again? Hold on. How does that go again?
Visit Waverly Tire Company across from Dollar Tree on 4th Street South today to make sure you save money to get the best tires to keep your family safe this summer. Visit Waverly Tire Company. Visit Waverly Tire Company.
Mom, I don't feel good. My throat hurts. I don't feel good. My throat hurts.
I think I caught the bug going around the office.
Hi, honey, Jess rolled her ankle at her game. I think we need to go to the walk-in clinic to get it checked out. I'll meet you there.
When you need care today, the walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center is here for you. Get exceptional local care with on-site labs and x-ray from skilled and friendly healthcare providers without waiting for an appointment. Our experienced nurse practitioners and physician assistants are ready to help with those unforeseen sprains, strains, and sniffles. Located on 9th Street Southwest in Waverly, Iowa, the walk-in clinic is open when you need it, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can even check in online at waverlyhealthcenter.org/check-in. Convenient, comprehensive, and the care you need close to home. The walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center. Big city care, small town comfort. Small town comfort.
Welcome back to the pregame show as Waverly Sharks in Decorah for a conference doubleheader, really important conference doubleheader. Talking with Coach B.J. Hermson. And well, you guys had New Hampton last night. You got New Hampton again Monday, and Decorah again tonight. You're in the ringer. This is the toughest stretch in conference that you'll have.
Yeah, and that's what makes this fun too. Is going in, night out, having to play your best baseball. These games are important. Wouldn't ask for it any other way.
You split last night against New Hampton, and baseball's a funny thing. I mean, nobody's been pitching better than Abe Rage, and that's the game you lose. You win the other game pretty big. You just never know what's going to happen in this game.
For sure, and I mean, it just takes a couple hits or a couple errors here and there. And again, like you said, that's kind of how the ball bounces sometimes. And so I was proud of our guys for responding game 2 last night, getting a win. Hopefully have a little momentum coming into tonight.
Tell us what Decorah does from a defensive standpoint.
And Adam, this goes back to Coach O too. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to make the routine plays. And so they're typically not going to beat themselves. And so, you know, we got to put good swings on the baseball and make some things happen offensively, and we'll go from there.
And then, you know, you guys have been hitting the ball. That's the one thing about you. You've been putting the ball into play. Is that something that's going to, you know, just continue going, hitting contagious?
Hopefully. We're going to, as far as I know, we're going to see 2 pretty good arms tonight. So it'll be a good challenge for our guys, and hopefully they're up to it.
When you're facing, you know, a team like this who's more rested than you in this doubleheader, how important is it to, you know, maybe work counts so that you get to that second guy?
It's definitely important. It doesn't matter if, you know, it's kind of on a shorter rest time frame or if, you know, it's a normal time frame. I think getting to that second guy, getting into the relievers, causing a little chaos, as we'd like to say, is definitely important.
You've got Parker on the mound tonight in Game 1. Obviously, he's been really spectacular. What's made him good?
You know, Grant, especially out of the windup, has been really good as far as getting ahead, and that's his biggest thing. And honestly, as a pitcher, you know, it's important in general, is getting ahead, staying ahead. And so he's been pretty good, whether it's his fastball or slider, as far as getting strike one and then being able to kind of be in control from there.
And you guys, you know, have this big doubleheader. It's going to be tough as a coach not to start thinking about Game 2 during Game 1. And as a player, it's tough for them to do that.
Yeah, and part of that's just kind of figuring out pitching. But at the same time, the most important game is Game 1. And so, you know, we're going to go out there, compete, and see what happens, and, you know, hopefully take care of business Game 1.
Are you boys having fun?
I would think so. I think we got a really good group of guys, you know, not only on the field but off the field. I feel like our team chemistry has been really, really good so far. And so, you know, these back-to-back days, I think, just enhances that. It's an opportunity for them to be around each other even more. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you in between games.
Sounds good, thanks.
And that's Coach B.J. Hermson as Waverly Shark is in Winneshiek County taking on Decorah for a doubleheader. More of the pregame after this on the K-Way Sports Network.
Rolling Ford in Shell Rock is proud to support the Go Hawks. Hi, this is Greg Stockdale. Visit our championship team at Rolling Ford. Like the Go Hawks, the staff at Rolling Ford is dedicated, skilled, and will go above and beyond for you. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle or servicing your vehicle, trust the championship team at Rolling Ford. Good luck, Go Hawks, from all of us at Rolling Ford in Shell Rock.
We get you rolling.
Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing in Waverly is who to call for your full range of automotive services to keep your car running smoothly. Dale Service offers quick oil changes, full mechanic services, including custom exhaust, tune-ups, brakes, alignments, suspension service, air conditioning service, and more. Stop by today for a free estimate. Dale Service also has 24-hour towing and 24/7 roadside assistance. Call 230-3081 in case of emergency. For exceptional auto repair in Waverly, give Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing a call today.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Christy DeMuth, agent. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. When it comes to protecting all your assets, give People's Insurance Agency a call. People's Insurance Agency's main office has been located in Waverly for 8 years. It is your family-owned, local, independent agency of neighbors helping neighbors in the surrounding area for the past 35 years. If you're looking for a quote with competitive rates or just have an insurance question, visit People's Insurance Agency in Waverly or call 352-6327 to talk with one of their friendly, knowledgeable insurance specialists. People's Insurance Agency. They strive for excellence in all they do.
Welcome back to Winneshiek County as Coach Olin Zach Field is the home of our Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader between Waverly Shark and Decorah. Let's meet the starters for both teams as the Vikings are coached by Athletic Director Adam Riley, assisted by Matthew Kemple, Alex Swanzinger, Brian Solberg, and Caleb Teese. And they sent out this group of young men. Leading off and playing center field is Ethan Holtus. Brayden Hartle is the shortstop. Batting next, the pitcher, Caden Allstad. Behind the dish, the cleanup man, Caleb Meyer. Fisher Tweet is at first base. The sixth hitter is Cade Olson, the designated hitter, who will hit for third baseman Trevor Kinnan. The seventh hitter at second base, Casey Brinkley. Ben Weimer is in left field, and rounding out the starting nine is right fielder Mason Avila. The Decorah Vikings are in their blue uniforms today with red lettering and numbering, white pants, blue stripe down the side, all blue hats with a kind of Detroit Tigers style red D on the front. Now for your Waverly Shark Go Hawks, coached by B.J. Harmson, assisted by Nate Hying and Ryan Willis. They send out this group of young men. Leading off and playing left field is Dylan Stockdale, and center field Aiden Hofer, and center field designated hitter Abe Rage. He'll hit for catcher Jack Elsenmiller. Ian Cedric is the cleanup man playing first base. Garrick Tibbetts, who's been red hot last few days, is at third base. On the bump, the sixth hitter Grant Parker, shortstop Lance Myers, followed by right fielder Nolan Foster, and then batting ninth and playing second base is Sam Rose. The Go Hawks are going to be in their gold uniforms with black sleeves, gold lettering and numbering, says Go Hawks across their chest. Some of them have their names above their number on the back. Their pants are gray with a black stripe. Their hats are all black with a black WSR with gold trim across the front. It does say Go Hawks on the back, and those that show socks will be in the black stirrup socks with the fat golds and the two skinny gold horizontal stripes. The umpires here, we got Nick Willenberg again. He keeps following us. They're wearing their baby blue tops, gray slacks, and then the black hats with IHSAA in white across the front. The two coaches are meeting with the umpires right now, and when we come back, we'll have the national anthem. It's Waverly Shark at New Hampton High School Baseball. It's a beautiful day. Let's play two on the K-Way Sports Network.
Imagine a world with slow internet, where your Netflix locks up, your podcasts won't play, and stop. That sounds unbearable. Luckily, you've got Butler Bremer Communications. In fact, we were just designated a smart rural community. This means we're a top-performing broadband provider, and with direct fiber connections and up to 200 meg download and upload speeds, you've got everything you need to work, play, and stream as much as you want online. Learn more at butler-bremer.com today.
Harvest more of what you grow with Case IH Axle Flow Combines. From header to spreader, Axle Flow's industry-leading innovations deliver cleaner grain from the field to the bin. Get the capacity you need with easy adjustment options to match your crop and field condition, all while minimizing potential grain loss. Add automated efficiency of the optional AFS Harvest Command and take control of your harvest. Put your grain in the tank and your money in the bank with Axle Flow Combines. Contact New Hampton Red Power in New Hampton today to put the latest technology to work for you with Case IH.
Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill in Waverly is the place to bring your friends and stay a while. With pizza, sandwiches, the Cedar Valley's best burgers, wraps, and amazing salads, the Dirty Dog has something for everyone. Stop in to watch the game or just grab a cold beer or your favorite drink and enjoy the great atmosphere with state-of-the-art TVs and sound system. The Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill in Waverly. Real food for real people.
First Maxfield Mutual Insurance provides protection for your home or farm you can afford. All backed by friendly hometown service. The staff at First Maxfield Mutual Insurance in Denver knows the Cedar Valley area and knows insurance. Whether you want to review your current coverage or you need some advice and a quote, we're here to provide you with personal attention and the coverage you need. For over 150 years, Cedar Valley residents have counted on us for quality protection from Farm Mutual Insurance. Contact a First Maxfield Mutual agent for all your insurance needs.
With the start of school and sports, we don't have as much time to spare like they did in the old days. You know, like back in the 80s. Hi, my name is Kelsey and my dad is Dr. Alan Young of Waverly Family Dentistry, where they are dedicated to service and excellence. His office offers virtually every dental procedure, so you won't have to waste time driving somewhere else to have it done. Visit WaverlyFamilyDentistry.com and make an appointment today. Hurry! You're wasting time.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
Missing Wi-Fi coverage in some rooms in your home? Waverly Utilities Whole Home Wi-Fi has you covered. If you have rooms where you experience poor Wi-Fi connection or no connection at all, the problem isn't with your internet service. It's with your Wi-Fi network. Waverly Utilities Whole Home Wi-Fi provides reliable coverage throughout your home for just $10.40 a month. Learn more at waverlyutilities.com.
Making life better, making life easy. Waverly Utilities.
Welcome back to Olin Zach Field in Decorah as Waverly Shorrock and Decorah ready for a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. The Go Hawks, they're on the first base line with their gold jerseys, gray pants on, and their hats down by their feet. The Vikings are out in the field in their blue tops, gray pants, as they're ready to face the American flag, which is next to the scoreboard in left center field. Beautiful day for baseball. Let's listen to our national anthem as played over the loudspeaker here at Olin Zach Field. There's the anthem. When we come back, let's play ball. It's Waverly Shorrock and New Hampton on the K-Way Sports Network.
St. Paul's can provide your children. If you're interested in school choice and giving your child a well-rounded educational opportunity in a Christian setting, please visit our website or call and ask about our educational and scholarship programs. St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly is an accredited institution where Christian faith and learning go hand in hand.
For over 155 years, First National Bank has served our communities with commitment and dedication of providing quality financial services. Hi, this is Steve Williamson with First Bank. While our name has changed from First National Bank to First Bank, everything else is the same. We're the same us with just a new name. You will see the same friendly, dedicated staff when you visit any of our locations, and we will be offering the same great products and services to fit your financial needs. At First Bank, we are excited for the future and look forward to serving you first. Remember, FDIC. You first. Remember, FDIC.
Welcome back as we're ready to go with high school baseball. Waverly Shorrock at New Hampton. Decorah's in the field looking like this defensively from left to right in the outfield. Ben Weimer in left. Ethan Holthouse in center. Mason Avila in right. On the horn, Trevor Kinnon at third. Braden Hartle at short. Casey Tweeton at second. Fisher Tweeton is at first. The catcher is Caleb Meyer, and the pitcher is Caden Allstad, a sophomore with 16 innings thrown. His ERA is 2.62. Opponents bet 194 against. On the outer half, coming at 5:05 to Dylan Stockdale. We're sitting down the first base line, so we're going to be honest. We will not pretend to know inside-outside. This is the ball fouled off. 0-2 the count. I say we. I'm Matt Ray. Joining you as always, and joining me as always is my color man, Henry Aaron Powers, as Stockdale's got an 0-2 count. He bats .429 in the year, hits one over to second base. Tweeton fields it, throws to first, and there's one up, one down. That'll bring up Holford, who bats .400 on the year with a .580 on base percentage. Leads the team with 4 triples and 13 walks. And Brinkley, excuse me, at second base, not Tweeten. I wrote the wrong name down there, my mistake. Either way, 1 up, 1 down with Hofert up to bat for Waverly Shark. He's a lefty. Pitch is high, 1-0. Game brought to you by Rolling Ford, Waverly Health Center, Dillif Oil Company, Waverly Tire Company, St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School, Butler Bremer Communication. He leads the team in walks for a reason, Henry. He really elongates these counts.
Yeah, I don't think anything can really phase him, especially in that first at bat, because you're just trying to get comfortable, become a
count with that easy velocity, though, right now. Next pitch fired right at the knees. His follow-through looked a little bit different there as he was able to find the zone. Stands up, batter to make it full count with 1 out, nobody on. Over with that wide stance from one end of the box to the other. He fouls one off to the backstop. It's a chain link backstop. Got the grandstands with the cover over top of it straight behind you. The press box just to the third base side of that. Almost all the Go Hawk fans either sitting in their chairs or in the bleachers down the first base line. Here's the wind, the fire. Ooh, a high pitch, chopped foul by Hofert. It's 325 down the line in left, 320 down the line in right, and about 350 in center. The field is short, about 8 feet high down left and right field line, and then it climbs to be about 15 feet high in left center to right center as there's a ball high, and the first base runner of the day is named Aiden Hofert. That brings up Abe Rage, who bats 386 on the year with a team best 7 doubles, 1 home run each time for the team lead, and 18 RBIs. Also has 29 total bases on the season. He's a righty. A righty versus righty matchup as Allstad sets. Hofert with a small lead being held on by Tweeten. Hofert takes off. Here's the throw down to second and a head-first slide. Would have beat the throw anyway, but the throw goes into the grass and Hofert stays put. He thinks about getting up. Coach Willis is emphatically telling him to stay down. So we'll go Hawk in scoring position as Rage had a strike to him. He hits for Jack Elsemiller, does Rage. Rage pitched and caught yesterday. It's a long day for a young man. Hard hit ball, second base side. Hard hit ball, second base side. Can't pick it up though, and here comes Hofert around third and home to score. How do you score that one, you think?
You got to have eyes on it, and the third base coach was actively involved in making sure, he made the right call. But as soon as he bobbled that ball, Hofert turned the jets on and really wasn't even close. Didn't even make a throw to continue.
Yeah, I give Rage a single on that, as I don't think it was an easy play.
Yeah.
But then, if he fields it cleanly, there is no score. Cedric, the left-handed freshman, batting .385 this year. 1-0 Go Hawks take the lead here early with 1 out on the board. Ground ball, first base side, gets by Tweeten. And the station-to-station baseball as Rage has to stop at second. Cedric with the second hit in a row for the Go Hawks. That brings up Garrick Tibbetts, who was hot as fire yesterday. Had 5 hits in the doubleheader, batting .481. That's a team best with a .576 on-base percentage. That's second best. He's a righty. Go Hawk fans hoping that he stays hot. Hard hit ball into right field. Going back on that is Avila. He'll make the grab. Runner at second tags up and goes to third. He hit the ball really well, but it is an out, but a productive out as it did move the runner as there's 2 outs. Now Grant Parker up to bat, batting .205. Just above the Mendoza line. Tibbetts, from this angle, you get a really good look at his batting stance. His back arm is so exactly 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's kind of that power elbow. That's where you want to get in your load. It kind of just allows you to kind of torque into your swing.
And it just starts there.
Yeah, and it makes it a lot simpler for you to get to the ball.
Runner at first and third for the Go Hawks. Pitch low to Parker. Now, Cedric's at first, so I'm not sure there's going to be the same freedom to send him. He's got a decent lead. Fall asleep on him, he might go, though. Next pitch misses the zone to Parker. Again, it's hard from our angle to tell, but it has looked like all the one. Pitch hits the corner, 2-1. The dugouts are actually dug out. You're going to walk up out of them. Say Viking baseball on them. 2-1 count, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Go Hawks lead 1-0. Top of the first inning. Next pitch finds the zone again to Parker to count even at 2. He had that ball that would have been a triple that must have just landed fouled on the right field line last night. See if he can find a gap. See if he can find a wide stance.
Yeah.
Nice and wide stance.
Takes up the whole box.
Yeah, he does. He and Hope for whole box. Yeah, he does. He and Hope swing and a miss strike 3, and that will end the inning. But the Go Hawks do get one on the board, and we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Go Hawks on the K-Way Sports Network.
Life is complicated enough. Why not simplify it? Hi, I'm Andrew Kaler with the Denver Insurance Agency. Our multi-policy discounts offer great ways to get lower rates for each policy, and it's a perfect way to make sure our customers get our best deals. Call today. Let's talk savings when we bundle your farm, home, and auto insurance. We're Denver Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual Insurance provider. Call today, 984-6151. We're committed to making sure our customers get our best deals.
If it's homemade flavors you crave on a hot summer day, the Sweet Spot in Denver is where you should be. We'll mix up a cyclone for you in flavored combos you'd never expect. Monster cookie, scotcheroo, and even Snicker apple salad. Also watch for seasonal favorites like rhubarb, pumpkin, or apple crisp. Not an ice cream fan? We've got non-dairy options for you too, served by our friendly staff. Cool off at the Sweet Spot. Open daily from 2 to 9. The Sweet Spot, 100 South State Street in Denver.
1-0 Go Hawks lead as they take the field for the first time today. Here's what they look like defensively from left to right in the outfield. It's Dylan Stockdale in left, Aiden Holford in center, Nolan Foster in right. On the horn, Garrick Tibbetts at third, Lance Myers at short, Sam Rose at second. Ian Sedgwick is the first baseman. The battery has Jack Elsamiller behind the dish, and the pitcher is junior right-hander Grant Parker, who's got 18 innings pitched at 2.33 ERA. They bat .221 against him. He struck out 26, only walked 5 and hit 2. Those are really, really nice numbers for the pitcher, Grant Parker. He'll be facing Ethan Holthouse, who bats .400 on the year. He's a right-hander. Pretty vertical kid. Pitch outside, high, 1-0. Keeps his hands fairly low. It's interesting, he's got his right forearm covered. None of the rest of his, he doesn't have a full sleeve, just a little half sleeve on his forearm. All fouled straight down, 1-1. When Parker is pitching well, what have you seen from him?
Yeah, I think his biggest thing is, like, I know Coach B.J. Hermson has talked about his pace. You know, he's done a really good job just getting the ball and going, and I think, you know, mechanically he's got all the right things going. But when he can get ahead with the fastball, I think he's in a really good spot to be able to finish hitters, and it's shown with the strikeouts that he's totaled up this year.
He summons Elsamiller. They talk about something. Obviously can't see their lips with their gloves covering their faces. The count is even at 1. Low breaking pitch, 2-1. Again, 1-0. Waverly Shell Rock struck first in the first half inning of the ball game. Wouldn't say it's a must sweep, but it is a night where you really, really, really want to. Ground ball to the shortstop. Myers throws the first high throw. Cedric gets back to the bag, but not in time. It is an E6. He landed back down and then couldn't find the bag. Finally stabbed it back away. If he could have found the bag quicker, and that's not a criticism of him, but if he could have found the bag a little quicker, he would have had the out. Myers, boy, he did everything right but throw it.
Yeah, just one that kind of sailed on him, and he's been solid this year at shortstop.
Brings up Hartle. Braden Hartle batting .364. He has been really, really good. But you never complete with a play until you finish the throw. Throw to first base. Runner's back in time. Umpire behind home plate is Dan Klein. Nick Willenberg is in the field. Throw over to first base. Saw Willenberg on Tuesday and Thursday for the same game. This is the third time we've seen him this year. third different partner. Ball high, 1-0 to Hartle. Nick told me he really doesn't want to be scheduled for Waverly Shark games. In fact, he said don't because I'm a teacher and coach there.
Yeah.
But they don't schedule their own games. Ball finds the zone 1-1, and I don't think it's a problem as far as his ability. It's just perception. You don't want to be perceived as not being impartial. But I'm sure he can do it. Ball hit into center field. Hofert will make the grab. It was a line drive. Runner goes back to first. Pretty well smacked ball for out number one. That brings up Caden Alstad, a sophomore batting at team best .475 with 6 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 20 RBIs, and a .553 on base percentage. He leads the team in all of that, slugging .825. He's a lefty. Suffice it to say, he's been rather good this year. Righty versus lefty. Talk about a vertical stance. His stance is so narrow to begin. He stands so straight up.
Yeah, he relies on his timing. He's probably going to bring that front foot in. Big sweeping step. Starts early.
Does take a big step. Runner takes off to second. The throw not in time. A swipe by Holthaus. So runner in scoring position with 1 out, and Alstad took a ball. Yeah, he'll take a big step. And you got to change speeds on guys who do that especially. Go compact. Now he steps way out. Pitches high, 2-0. Can't make a mistake to him, though, because he'll make you pay if you do.
Pretty incredible. He's a sophomore, too. He's putting up huge numbers. Last year he did, too.
Next delivery high, 3-0. Parker's having a hard time getting that ball down. Got to fall through. You get to aiming, sometimes you hit high. Sounds simple, but you just got to throw it. Second baseman holding the runner on at second. Now the ball flown foul. A 3-0 swing. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, typically it's one of those baseball things, 3-0. You're probably not going to see a swing, but this guy has put up some incredible numbers, so I'm not really that surprised, to be honest with you.
You see those major leaguers will swing a 3-0, but high school, it's kind of taboo. The ball gets over the head of Elsa Miller. We're going to third with a jog is Holthaus. It is a walk of Alstad, so he'll go to first. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Caleb Meyer up to bat. Meyer batting .474 in a game brought to you by First Bank of Waverly, Plainfield, Cedar Falls, People's Insurance, the Scoop Feed and Supply, Jerry Rolling Motors, Newey's Moto in Waverly, First Maxfield Mutual Insurance, and the Sweet Spot. Courtesy runner at first base is Garrett Waskow, running for the pitcher. So Waskow at first, Holthaus at third. Decorah will run small ball. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there. Beat Meyer. Parker, a guy, he's secondary pitches. He likes to throw a lot, but he seems like he's got to get in the groove of the fastball first here. Hasn't been able to do that yet. Pitch high, 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of high fastballs in that first pitch. It was close enough to draw a swing, but yeah, you talked about it earlier. You're just missing high so far. There's a lot of things that, it could be the plant foot. It could just be the arm dragging.
But you got to get used to that mound, too.
Yeah.
Ball fouled off. Because, you warm up on the bullpen, but there's nobody saying the bullpen and the mound are the same.
Right. Yeah, all bullpens are different. Sometimes it's just a dirt hill just in the middle of the grass. You just don't know.
Count is 1-2 with 1 out. Runners at the corners. Meyer, the cleanup man, would be a big get if Parker could strike him out, but he steps off the rubber first. Trying to keep the runner at bay at first. A tough situation for Parker, but 1 strike could make it a whole lot easier. Runner takes off. Strike 3 called. They fake the throw to second, don't offer it, but it was a called strike 3 for out number 2 on Meyer. So runner at second and third. Fisher Tweeten up to bat. That's .231. He does have a home run on the year. Fisher Tweeten used to be Fisher Facebooking. His grandpa was Fisher MySpace, I think was how it went, right? Now Tweeten with that white compression sleeve, white gloves. Watches one right down Bremer Avenue, strike one. 2 outs. Go Hawks lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first. One swing of the bat, though, could give the Vikes a lead. Parker doesn't want that. Swing and a miss. Boy, his fastball's cooking against Wheaton.
We've seen it this year. I mean, when he gets in a groove. We've seen it this year. I mean, when he gets in a groove. Seems like no one can even touch him. Seems like no one can even touch him.
Ball hit hard into left field. Stockdale on the run. Makes the grab in the gap. Makes the big catch, and that keeps 2 runs off the board. The Go Hawks still with a 1-0 lead as Stockdale robbed it in the gap. We go to the second inning. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Newey's Moto in Waverly is the place to get your e-bike. What's an e-bike? Stop in today and check one out for yourself at Newey's Moto in downtown Waverly.
If you want the right car and you want it simple, there's no pressure, we just here to please ya. Jerry Rolling Motors is right for you.
I'm Craig Gunderson, General Manager at Jerry Rolling Motors. More than 20 years ago, I got my start right here in parts and service. I learned real quick that the foundation to a successful dealership is excellent service after the sale. How do we do it? You guessed it. Hire and retain the absolute best staff in the Cedar Valley. 40 years of sales, 40 years of service, 40 years of making Jerry Rolling Motors right for you.
Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you. Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you.
1-0, the Go Hawks lead after 1 inning of baseball has been played. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters are due against Allstad. That means Lance Myers batting .325 will get the first crack at him this inning. Myers, Foster. Scoreboard in left field says Decorah baseball with the Decorah head at the top, and then Olin Zach Field under. Ball bunted and kind of poked at by Myers as he fouls that off. That's one thing you don't want to do when
guys prefer to, have a more flat approach with the barrel, but
at least a little bit of.
Yeah.
Some guys, it goes completely flat, and I feel like that's a good way to pop it up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 1-1. Ball is stroked into right field. That's a single to lead off the inning as Myers bananas out just in case there was a bad throw, ready to go to second. Good base running by him. That brings up Nolan Foster. Foster batting .300. The sophomore has hit a home run on the year and inside the Parker. Foster hit that inside the Parker at Hurdle, by the way. .325 down the left field line, .320 in right. About .350 to straightaway center field, but it's a high fence. Runner takes off. The ball and sliding in feet first there is Myers, and he's safe. And it's a 1-0 count to Foster. Remember being here, it was one of those, it was a long streak where Waverly Shark would just beat Decorah in the last bits of it. And they had a go-ahead home run by a young man I'd not seen hit a home run the entire time. Gentry Miller stroked one. It was just so surprising because I didn't know he could do it. And then he did it in one of the biggest spots in the conference race. It's a pitch outside 2-0. But, yeah, the Go Hawks just had this 3-year stretch where every single game they'd either come back in the top of the 7th, take the lead, or walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch outside. I remember at Hurdle there was a ball that was crushed, hit the top of the fence, and left. That was the way it ended there. But these guys have often played tight ones that come down to the wire. Tonight could be one of those. It's a 1-0 score right now. Spinner outside. 3-1 to Nolan Foster. Good hitters count. Myers has a big lead at second. Ball popped up. Out of play. Towards the school bus, actually towards some Canadian geese. Going to get into some water over there. They've got small pond. Count runs full. Canadian geese must be escaping the smoke. They're all down here.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch fouled straight back to the screen. Been wild. The game Washington was supposed to host last night was canceled, postponed because of wildfire smoke. It's made our sun a little, different colored at nights, but hasn't decreased the air quality the way that was. Ground ball softly over to second base. Throw to first is low. He's safe. Runner goes over to third. There's just something about that throw from second that gets in guys' heads. And Brinkley had it where he went to throw and he just tried to be cute with it and threw it too low.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it made it a close play anyway at first. Like, Foster got down the line pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It was just such a slow ball in the infield that, you really have to make a quick transfer on the ground as you're throwing it to make it a close play.
I give it an air myself. Runners at the corners. I think you have to give that an air. But you're right. It wouldn't have been, out by a mile by any means. As Rose, batting .206, comes up to bat. He could bunt it. Both corners are occupied. Might be a good time for it. Might be a good time for it. See what he does. Might be a good time for it. See what he does. Ball hit. Oh, shortstop is going to cover second. Oh, it goes where he was. Another run scores. And we've got runners at the corners. Ball gets away from the third baseman. Foster can't go home, but Rose goes to second. That is a single, and it's all caused because of base runners. So Myers goes home to score. Foster goes to third. Now there's runners at second and third as Rose went over to second. But, the shortstop is running over to second on that hit and run, and the ball goes right where he was.
That's part of the plan on that hit and run, just to try to arrange that infield alignment, and it worked out to perfection there.
2-0 Go Hawks. Dylan Stockdale to bat. He grounded out to second his last time up. Watches one that nibbles on the outside corner. Our game brought to you by Denver Insurance, Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill, Waverly Family Dentistry, and Waverly Utilities. Next pitch, low. 1-1 to Stockdale. Couple of ducks on the pond. Not the pond behind us. Those are geese. Stockdale with those socks showing, white batting gloves, gray pants, gold shirt, fouls it straight back. The count is 1-2 against him. He's one of the few guys that's batting .429 and seems frustrated sometimes at the plate. He's just got this air of, I should hit every time I get up there. Now, .429 is something most guys would just about kill to have as a pitch high, 2-2. But he carries that air of, like, every time I get up here, I think not only can I get a hit, I should get a hit.
He's a table setter, leadoff guy.
Pitch inside corner called strike 3. Stockdale doesn't like it. He shakes his head a bit as that one he thought was in, but the umpire differs. That brings up Aiden Holford, who had a walk and scored a run his last time at the plate. He's a lefty again. Runners at second and third. One out. 2-0 Go Hawks. 2-0 Go Hawks. Beautiful day here. 80 degrees, clear skies. 80 degrees, clear skies. Barely moving off the pole. Ground ball softly. Second baseman charges, throws to first. He's going to get that out, but a run does score as Rose came home. So Holford is going to have that work against his batting average, but who cares? That scores. And a runner goes over to third as well. So Foster's at third. It's 3-0 Go Hawks. Abram Rage had a single his last time up. It's an 80 degrees. The humidity's low at 33% as it called strike to Rage. Beyond center field, you see the very green bluffs. Just a gorgeous place to be. Of course, such a pretty town geographically. Ball fouled away. Goes just feebly over towards the dugout where Coach Riley goes and gets it. Catcher actually gets to it first. 0-2 the count. In the football field just beyond the right field fence. Interesting batter's eye for sure. Interesting batter's eye. The conference has a batter's eye like this. The conference has a batter's eye like this. The conference has a batter's eye like this. Gets away. Here comes Rose. He's going to be saved. Oh, the pitcher didn't cover. Alstad was sulking in the fact that he made a bad pitch. And if he'd been there, Meyer might have been able to flip it to him. There might have been a play at home, but he did not get out of his feelings there. And there's Rose coming home to score because of it.
Yeah, I think Meyer was kind of waiting for it. And you said he got there plenty of time, but yeah, just that's kind of the mental part of baseball too. Like, you just got to think about that next moment. What can I do? And just kind of caught himself just sitting on what that last pitch was.
1-2 the count. Ball fouled. That hit off him in the box. What's going on here? Did he call foul? It was kind of verbal call, and it did hit him in the box. Bounced off. Never saw the umpire's signal or anything. 1-2 the count. Yeah, back to that point Allstate. Back to that. It's a mistake. It's a bigger mistake is not covering. And you can't just be a thrower. You've got to be a pitcher. Ground ball. First base side goes right over the pillow, and taking it himself is tweeting to end the inning. But the Go Hawks score 3 big runs. They are now up 4-0, despite what the scoreboard says. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Adam with Folkert's Financial Strategies. Life is busy with kids, activities, work, and that much-needed vacation. Who has time to think about retirement and life insurance? Well, we do at Folkert's Financial Strategies, and we'll worry about your insurance coverage and your retirement plan so you can get back to living your busy life. Come see us here at 410 West Bremer Avenue. Folkert's Financial Strategies.
Remember when your kids were young? You left the room just for a few minutes and came back to find them stuffing their faces with candy. And afterwards, they were sick, tired, and just hungry again in a few hours. Well, that's what you're doing to your dog when you feed them the most popular brand name dog foods that are packed with cornmeal or soy fillers. Make sure your dog is eating high-quality food from Victor, Exclusive, or Signature from Scoop Feed and Supply in Waterloo at the corner of Airline and Wagner Roads. Feed your pets the best when you shop at the Scoop Feed and Supply in Waterloo.
Go Hawks 4, Decorah nothing as we're in the bottom of the second inning. Grant Parker will face Kate Olson, who's 0 for 2 on the season. He's a designated hitter. And he watches one hit the outside half of the plate. It's interesting, Olson, the senior, only has played 10 games and only batted twice. He's DHing for Trevor Kinnan. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Grant Parker, as you mentioned, started to kind of hit his stride of the 4 and 5 hitters. Let's see if he can get in that groove. We saw him in Charles City. That groove was deadly. Pitch way, way high. Elson Miller had to reach way up above his head. Counts 1-2. Ground ball chopped over to second. Rose dives. Can't get there. Good effort. It'll be a single. Well, Rose gave it a long run. He's so fast, and he dove, and he just about got there. But that is a seeing eye single. That'll bring up Casey Brickley. Brickley batting .364 with a .523 on base percentage. Not bad for a 7-hitter at all. Nobody out. Runner at first base. Go Hawks lead 4-0. Throw it at first base. Runner's back. And an old poo look in his face, though, when he started to dive back. He wasn't quite ready. Cedric's holding the runner at first. Very small lead. Pitch high. Well, Coach Olenzak was here. I could have guaranteed there'd be a bunt. But you don't see quite as much of that anymore.
Yeah, it's the old school approach. Now it's
pitch high.
It's a new era of coaches.
Yeah, no doubt. In high school baseball, I'd rather have you steal than bunt. You might get out, but I think the chances of getting a kid out on a throw to second, that's just so hard to do. So many things have to go right to do that. I'm much more on team steal the bag. It's not the major leagues. Count is 2-0 to Brickley. Brickley waiting still. Throw to first. And I was asking Coach about Coach Olenzak.
Right here at Olenzak Field, obviously a beautiful setting for baseball with the bluffs in the distance, but also that name Olenzak still means a whole lot in this conference.
Yeah, absolutely. He's obviously one of the greats. Had the chance to compete against him as a player, and then, just growing up and seeing him coach Decorah teams. And so, like I said, he was definitely one of the great ones. Obviously, the field's named after him. Decorah has a lot of rich baseball tradition, so anytime you come up here, it's always a lot of fun.
And it's a 3-1 count to Brickley while Coach was talking. Runner at first base, nobody out. 4-0 Go Hawks lead. You're in the bottom of the second. Now, Coach Olenzak may also be one of 2 reasons why there's a pitch count in Iowa high school baseball. Gene Schultz may be the other reason those guys would pitch a guy just over and over and over. Pitches high, ball 4. And you know what? It worked pretty well for both those guys. They won more games than anybody else. Heck, you could take just about everybody else, combine them, and they might not equal those two. But, the pitch count was certainly something that Coach Olenzak didn't recommend to the competition committee.
Yeah, it's interesting. It just, even back then, like, the idea of a complete game was kind of normal, and now you don't see it as much at this level just because you're still developing as a baseball player, but 5 innings is considered like a traditional outing for somebody. It's pretty crazy.
That's right. He had some good athletes in his time when I was watching. Of course, Josie Jewell plays for the Broncos. He was playing for them. Check the runner at second, no throw. It goes back. Remember, Jewell was batting like third. Had a bad outing. Coach Olenzak yanked him to the 9 spot. I said, this kid better be mentally tough, or that's going to wreck him. Of course, he is very mentally tough. But beautifully done in the grass right in front of the pitcher. Parker throws to first, and there's a 1-4 put out for the sac bunt. Great bunt, though, by Weimer. That's a really nice bunt, and now there's 2 Vikings in scoring position. Mason Avila comes up to bat. Avila batting .233. He's a lefty, and Parker's got to get him with pitches.
Yeah, especially with the bottom of the order. I mean, the job of Weimer to get the bunt down, that's kind of his role as someone at the bottom of the order with the runners on.
Pitch right down Cherry Street, strike called.
And now if you're the Vikings, you just want to try to flip the lineup, try to put together some sort of impressive at bat to try to get on base.
Parker pitches, fouled away. That one may have been a friendly swing for Parker's. That one might have been a little high.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was coming in high, but he's got velocity and probably runs upwards a little bit, so
I'd say throw it in that same spot again. The 9-hitter's not going to get that.
Yeah.
And it's 0-2. Hey, left it alone this time. A little bit higher.
Yep.
Counts 1-2. Elsa Miller's going to need to be a brick wall. Quite a bit of space to the backstop. Not going to get a bounce off this chain length either. Pitch high again, 2-2. And Parker's still struggling, leaving things high.
Yeah, that's kind of been his out spot. He hasn't really found a lot of strikes at the knees.
Parker sets, throws. There's a helpful swing again as it's fouled toward the Winnebago County Jail, which is just behind the third base dugout, just in case the fans get rowdy. The 2-2. Ball high, full count. Can't lose the 9-man. Just can't do it.
Any sort of off-speed, I mean, the hitter must be, locked in on that high fastball because he is not. It's been an easy take. We'll see what he brings.
Got him looking with a curveball. Strike 3 called. Ring him up, sir. Second strikeout of the game offered by Parker. Now the one-hitter Holthaus up to bat. Remember last inning, Vikings got a runner at second and third. Didn't do anything with it. Can the Go Hawks make them frustrated again? Frustrated again. Holthaus reached on an error by the shortstop. Myers is had too low for throw. A balk. Oh, man. How many balks have we seen this week?
Yeah, I was wondering. Just subtle movements. I mean, you can see it from our vantage point, but, yeah, you just wonder how in front of the mind it is for these umpires now.
Mm-hmm. So a balk scores a run. Runner at third base. Vikings on the board for the first time tonight. Pitch high. 1-0 to Holthaus. 4-1 the new score. Parker sets. Throws. Breaking pitch. Made him look silly. 1-1 the count. Our game brought to you by American Family Insurance, Christie Youth Agency, Inc. Insurance built around you. CUSB Bank in Waverly, Shell Rock, and Charles City. Johnson Financial Services, Dale Service, and Folkerts Financial Strategies. As the strike finds the letters for strike 2. Good fastball there, right across the word Decorah, across the chest of these Vikings. Parker sets, 1-2 count. Runner at third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Great breaking pitch, and that's strikeout number 3 and out number 3. We go to inning number 3. The Go Hawks lead 4-1 on the K-Way Sports Network. 4-1 on the K-Way Sports Network. 4-1 on the K-Way Sports Network. 4-1 on the K-Way Sports Network.
Services. Johnston Financial Services at 116 West Bremer Avenue in Waverly. Call them at 352-5938. Securities offered through First Heartland Capital Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Johnston Financial Services, LLC is not affiliated with First Heartland Capital Incorporated. When it comes to investing, start with Johnston Financial Services, LLC.
Nothing can be as important as keeping your home properly heated this winter. And if your LP gas man is
Delavu Oil, you're assured that running out of LP will never be a problem.
Delavu Oil is there when you need them 24 hours a day for all your LP and fuel oil needs.
Call the professionals at Delavu Oil
at 319-352-3437
or stop in and visit with them at 600 West Bremer Avenue, Waverly.
For home heating fuels, it's Delavu Oil in Waverly.
4-1, Waverly Shark with the lead as we begin the third inning with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due for the Go Hawks against Caden Alstad. Leading things off will be Ian Cedric, who had a single and then was stranded at first base back in inning number 1. The Go Hawks scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Decorah scored their lone run in the second inning. Lefty versus righty battle here. Left-handed hitter gets himself in the box. Hits it first base side, foul. Strike 1 to Cedric. Cedric comes in, grabs on the bill of his cap, uses his left foot to wipe the dirt around, taps the plate with the bat, and now is ready to go. Strike called, strike 2. What was your pre-pitch ritual?
I'd reach the bat across the plate, hit the edge of it. Pretty simple. I mean, the first thing I would do after that was just get my footing. You know, I didn't want to go too wide. I would get wider with 2 strikes, but yeah, a pretty simple one.
Pitch high, 1 and 2 to Cedric. Next pitch called, strike 3. Cedric got caught looking. That'll bring up Garrick Tibbetts, who flew out to right field his last time up. That was a productive fly out as it moved runners.
Another hard hit ball too. Just continues to put a lot of backspin on everything he's hitting.
Again, he's got that loaded up. His front shoulder is just dug into his chin. His back arm is as 90-degree parallel as it can be. Ground ball, second base side, not hit hard. It bounces up into Brickley, throws to first, and there's an out. That brings up Grant Parker, who struck out swinging his last time up. Obviously, he's tonight's pitcher, would love to help himself out, get a 2-out rally going for the Go Hawks. If nothing else, just get some more at-bats against Alstad. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Hard to believe it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Fastball outside corner called strike 1 to Parker. Kind of had a hitch in his giddy-up on that throw. He kind of froze in the middle of his wind. Swing and a miss at a dirty one. As Parker went reaching for it. Seems to be a little confused by Alstad, who's mixing things up brilliantly against him. Parker widens his stance. Hits it on the ground, second base side. Long range by Brickley, but he makes the play anyway. 3 up, 3 down, go the Go Hawks. We go to the bottom of the third. Go Hawks lead by 3, 4-1. Waverly Shellrock on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Jill with the Waverly Shellrock Area United Way. Together, we can help those in need right here in the Cedar Valley. Did you know that 99% of all the funds we raise stay right here in Bremer and Butler counties, working to support those in need? To donate or volunteer, find us online at WSRUnitedWay.org. Together, we can live united.
Hey, I'm Chris from the Red Fox Barbecue and Pizzeria. Our barbecue line will include things such as brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, pulled chicken, potatoes, mac and cheese, corn, and a Texas toast. Plus, try one of our sandwiches or our homemade French fries or onion ring. Red Fox Barbecue open 11 to 9, Wednesday through Saturday, with the barbecue line happening from Thursday to Saturday from 5 to 9, and a breakfast buffet on Sunday from 9 to 12:30. Red Fox Barbecue and Pizzeria, the best restaurant you haven't tried yet.
Waverly Shark 4, Decorah 1 in this high school baseball game, as Decorah will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due against Grant Parker. As it's time for Meet the Go Hawks today, let's meet Sam Rose. He's a graduated senior. His parents are Rob and Jane Rose. His favorite baseball memory, the Prongy Tournament. Song that gets him ready is Run This Town. Favorite team, the Minnesota Twins. His hero is his grandma. He's going to go to the University of Iowa for business analytics in the fall. That's our Meet the Go Hawks, Sam Rose. Pitch high, 1-0. Rose, very bright young guy. A lot of these kids are very smart kids. Makes it easy to coach. You can throw a whole lot at kids when they're just intelligent and academically stimulated. Pitch fouled, 1-1. 1-1 count. Grant Parker against Braden Hartle, who flew out to center field his last time up. Hit it right at Hofert. Flag wrapped around the pole next to the scoreboard in left center field, right where the fence starts to get taller. Pitch finds the zone, 1-2.
He's become more comfortable with the slider. That was a pretty good pitch. Kept it low.
When his slider's going, hitters have very little chance with it. Next pitch hits the bottom of the zone. Called strike 3. Ring him up, sir. There's been 3 Ks in a row now by him. 4 total, but 3 of them in a row. 3 of them backwards. Caden Alstad up to bat. 1 out, nobody on. He's going from the stretch, not the windup, too. Which coach said he really liked him from the windup. Swing and a miss, but whatever it is, he feels comfortable in the stretch. And I remember coaching a kid, and he just couldn't do the windup. I said, well, let's stop doing it. Well, no one says you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 0-1. Better to have a kid pitch sales. 1-1. Better to have a kid that can't pitch out of the windup than a kid who can't pitch out of the stretch.
Yeah, stretch is just a modified version, really. I mean, the windup is just about getting your momentum behind. I mean, you lose a little bit in the stretch, but that's when you really tell if your mechanics are right.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1 check swing, he did go. Alstad deeply regretted it, though. Easy to see, hard to hit up there. 1 out, nobody on. Alstad is in danger of being a 4th strikeout in a row for Parker. Breaking pitch, dips down below the knees prior to the plate. Counts even at 2. Parker's trying to get a little bit of that swagger. He's getting to the ball as quickly as possible. Setting, throwing, and swing. And a strike 3. Quattro in a row. He's got 5 total, but 4 in a row. Caleb Meyer up to bat. He was a strikeout victim, the first one of the evening, actually. Got caught looking back in the inning number 1. 4-1 Go Hawks, leading here in the bottom of inning number 3. Play 7 innings. Doubleheader tonight. Pitch way upstairs, 1-0. For a guy who's still struggling to locate his fastball, to just go, you know what, slider's going to get my strikes for me. Next pitch, flown into right field, going back, and it goes off the base of the fence over Foster. He kept going back there for a little bit. Looked like he might be able to locate it, but that ball was struck really well. It's 320 to the corners. He probably hit that about 325 as it hit the base of the fence in right field. And there is a runner now at second base after the double by Meyer, a 2-out double. Well, he hit it hard. I didn't know if the field was going to contain that or Foster was going to get to it.
Yeah, honestly, it was up there a while. The route to the ball, though, it looked like Foster probably didn't have that right away.
No, he didn't get
turned a couple times.
Yeah, he didn't go as the crow flies. Fisher tweeting up to bat. He flew out to left field, hit it hard. Pitch high. If you remember, the inning ended in the first with runners at second and third. 2 runs would have scored, but Dylan Stockdale got it in the gap on the run. His glove extended towards center field. 1-0 fouled off straight back, 1-1. Tweeten would love to switch places with Meyer. Go Hawks holding on to a 3-run lead. Would love to get back to the bats to going down in order last half inning. Parker steps off the back of the rubber. Both batter and pitcher reset now. Fastball misses. 2-1. So a 2-1 count to Fisher Tweeten. Got a cross drawn on that right arm with a compression sleeve. Parker steps off the back of the rubber. It's interesting to see what guys will mark on their tape and things like that. Fastball, strike two, called, 2-2. Remember seeing Dallas Clark play in college. Used to go down the field after games, and boy, he had more Bible verses on his tape than anybody ever seen. Breaking pitch, just count is full. Mr. Kirsten's second. Cade Olson up to bat. Olson had a single and then actually scored on a balk. Does that count as an earned run against a pitcher? I'd imagine so, right?
Yeah, I would have to think so.
I mean, you did it.
It is you, yeah.
I don't know. I've never had to. Never was willing to do it. Never was willing. Nobody's relied on me. I look at the box score in the morning. I go, I guess, what is the answer? I imagine it has to be an earned run, though. 0-1 with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Park with a long set. I would have called timeout a long time ago if I was a hitter and he fouls it away. Olson, again, with just 3 at-bats in his season, may not feel comfortable to call a timeout, but I would have called one. That was a long time to wait.
Yeah, and the middle infielders, they're initially showing like they're going to cover at second, but nothing to worry about with 2 outs.
Pitch high, 1-2. It's interesting, Olson went from batting 0 to batting .333.
Yeah, I know. Fewer at-bats, the better your batting average looks.
Or the worst.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or the worst.
Exactly.
Go up and down pretty volatilely. Stock market's volatilely. Ball hit hard over the second baseman into center field. That will score 1 run. Good throw by Holford to keep the runner at second. But that's the second single. Olson now will have a .500 batting average as the Go Hawks lead is down to 2 runs as Meyer is plated. Well, he hit it hard, and what a great throw back in by Holthaus. He got caught by the first baseman, which was the right play, but you get that in. That's the difference between a runner at second and 2 outs and a runner at third and 2 outs.
Yeah, just more guys in scoring position, and that opens up opportunities for Decorah. So, yeah, just a fundamental, a good play to make sure to hit the cut.
Brickley was walked last time up, takes the first pitch, fastball called strike. He was also stranded at third his last time. 4-2, the Go Hawks lead here in the bottom of inning number 3. Next pitch swung on and missed. A little bit of breaking action there. Matt Ray, Henry, Powers with you in Decorah at Olin Zach Field. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Next pitch in their ATV, or now UTV, whatever TV. It's a vehicle.
Yeah.
0-2, Parker steps off the rubber.
Almost looks like a bulked up golf cart.
It does. It looks more golf cart than UTV to me. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The 6th K of his outing ends the inning. Decorah, though, did score 1. 4-2. Waverly Sharrock has the lead. We'll be back with inning number 4. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Tonight is a great night for a 6-pack and a pound from your Waverly Taco John's. And don't forget the guacamole, sour cream, or nacho cheese for your potato olays from Taco John's in Waverly.
When you need to cut down a tree, you have a few options. You can buy or rent expensive equipment and take the chance that you won't damage anything or hurt someone. Or you can hire the experts. SSBI Tree Service has a variety of equipment, so no matter how large or small the job, their experts will do it right. They're able to provide a wide range of tree services, including tree and stump removal, brush and stump mulching, land and selective clearing, and food plot prep and planting. SSBI Tree Service has the equipment and the know-how to get it done fast. Call SSBI Tree Service at 319-883-9134. That's 883-9134 for a free estimate today. SSBI Tree Service, the equipment to do the job with the experts to get it done right.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
3 innings into the game, and it's 4-2. Waverly Shark in the lead. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due for the Go Hawks. That's Myers, Foster, and Rose. Last time these three guys led off an inning, they all scored in that 3-run second against Caden Alstead, the right-handed pitcher who winds, kicks, and fires. A called strike to Lance Myers. Late call there by Mr. Klein behind the dish. Kind of had me in suspense. The 0-1 is way low. Goes underneath the glove of Caleb Meyer. In the hole, batter Sam Rose goes and gets it. 1-1 count to Lance Myers, who singled his last time up and scored a run. Ball hit hard, second base side, going to get to the first base side of Brickley, and that is a single. So leadoff single again by Myers. That spelled runs last time. Now Nolan Foster, he reached on a throwing error by the second baseman. He's booking it down the line. See what he can do this time around. He's the 8-hitter in the lineup. Go Hawks really, really would love a sweep tonight against Decorah. They're in the toughest stretch in the conference, again, with New Hampton yesterday and Monday, and then Decorah today. Decorah leads the league. We'll talk about that here in just a bit. Ball fouled toward the Go Hawk dugout. They sit on the first base side. Decorah on the third base side. Decorah's 7-1 in the conference. The Go Hawks are 6-2. New Hampton's 3-3, but they split with Waverly Shark and Decorah already. 6 o'clock church bells ringing. So swing and a miss. Foster can't get to it, and a steal of second by Myers. Makes the count 0-2 with a runner at second, nobody out. Crestwood is 2-4 in the conference. Charles City 2-6. Waukon 2-6. Who would have thought that Crestwood would be fourth place in the conference? Wouldn't have had me guess that a couple weeks ago, but it's baseball. They swept Waukon, pitch high, 1-2. Decorah's one loss came to New Hampton. The Go Hawks have lost to New Hampton and Waukon. They swept Charles City and swept Crestwood. This is the last conference team to see a first time for Waverly Shark. Pitch outside, 2-2. And then on Monday, they'll start the second go-around with these guys, and before you know it, it'll be postseason. Season's awfully short.
Yeah, it is.
2-2 count, runner at second base. Well, fouled off by Foster, He's got a nice big swing there, even with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he stays pretty wide. I mean, doesn't look like he changes much in his swing. But I'm sure the intent is different, obviously.
Alstead sets, waits, looks at second, looks home, looks at second, looks home. The pitch, fouled off by Foster again, hit it straight back. Boy, he's that close to a big one.
He's got good balance, too. He's not, spinning out of the box. He distributes his weight evenly.
Second baseman holding Myers. Now the shortstop's giving a look over there. And swing and a miss. That was a breaking pitch that fell off the table for strike 3 to Foster. Out number 1 brings up Sam Rose, but has single and scored a run his last time up. Now I mentioned the conference was Decorah, then Waverly Shark, New Hampton, Crestwood, and then Charles City and Waukon in the basement. The overall records, Decorah's 10-2, the Go Hawks 8-6, New Hampton's 11-4, ranked 10th in the state. Crestwood's 2-10, Charles City 4-9, and Waukon 7-9. Not often you're 7-9 overall in last place in your conference. This is the ball fouled by a bunting Rose. I still think that Charles City and Waukon are better than Crestwood, and we'll show that, but they definitely surprised some people. That sweep, both games were 5-4. It's baseball. You can lose to anybody. You can beat anybody on a given night. It's all about pitching, bounces you get and don't get, mistakes you make and don't make. Swing and a miss. That breaking pitch is falling off the table. Guys are swinging right over the top of it. Counts 0-2.
Yeah, both guys are kind of establishing their breaking balls.
Myers does not want to get stuck at second. Takes off to third. Ball foul. Look out, Dylan. As he gets out of the way, that ball was shot right at the on-deck hitter, Stockdale. As Myers has to go back to second. Rose stays alive with that BG swing. Coach Hying imploring him to use the whole field. Sam's a kid so quick. Just poke it somewhere and run. It's your best way to go. Pitch low. 1-2. Pretty good 0-2 pitch.
Yeah. Olstad slapping the mitt. Wanted that pitch.
Got to flush it, though, if you're him, or else it's going to turn into a full count real quick. Myers danced around at second. Foul tip, caught. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row by the Go Hawks. 5 strikeouts issued by Alstad thus far. Dylan Stockdale's up to bat. He's 0 for 2, which means he's due. That's over 400 on the year. And if he gets a hit here, you can almost be certain that Myers will score run number 5. As the Go Hawks lead 4-2 here in the top of the 4th inning in this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. We're in Game 1. Pitch to Stockdale, foul back. That's going to go towards Thor, the statue here that's been here since 2011. They commissioned that thing. Kind of looks like Thor made out of scrap metal. Student made that. Thor's hammer is more Thor's big old can. Pitch high. 1-1. Really a cool thing, though. How many schools have a sculpture?
Yeah, especially when it's the students, too. It's like a nice connection.
1-1. Pitch down the middle, 1-2. Waverly, Shell Rock, and Decorah, such sister communities. You know, both college towns, both in the same class. The 2 biggest schools in the conference. The 2 biggest schools, a lot of emphasis on arts and athletics and academics. 3 A's, as Waverly Shark used to call it. 3 A's, as Waverly Shark used to call it. 1-2 runner takes off, strike 3. 1-2 runner takes off, Stockdale paying at that one. The Go Hawks strand 1, score none, 1 hit. They lead 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
We are family.
Hey kids, can we give the singing a little break? It's a long way to get to the hotel, and since we got our new quiet and comfortable riding tires from Waverly Tire Company, you don't need to sing so loud. And since Waverly Tire Company took the time to find out exactly how we use the car, we got a great set of tires that should last longer, and I even saved a little money so we can stay an extra day on vacation. I've got a feeling we're going to spend a little more time in the car this summer, so let's find something else to do instead of singing.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Hold on. How does that go again? Hold on. How does that go again?
Visit Waverly Tire Company across from Dollar Tree on 4th Street South today to make sure you save money to get the best tires to keep your family safe this summer. Because at Waverly Tire Company,
We are family.
Waverly Shark 4, Decorah 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters are due against Grant Parker for Waverly Shell Rock. Parker with 6 strikeouts issued. Again, only those 2 runs given up. 5 hits for Waverly Shell Rock, 3 for Decorah. Go Hawks have committed 1 error, Decorah 2 errors. Ben Weimer up to bat. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up, so not an official at-bat. Speaking of officials, Dan Klein says, I'm ready to go as he squats behind Jack Elsemiller, the Go Hawk catcher, who sticks his right foot to the side. The pitch comes, and it's foul towards Adam Riley, who sticks with it. He goes off his hands, off his chest, and he throws over to the third baseman to give it to the pitcher. Kind of like that effort out of a coach.
Yeah, way to knock it down.
Sets, throws, swing, going to be a strike 2. 2 types of coaches. One that goes and gets it. The other one, they stand still no matter what. That ball will be whizzing by their head. They think it's a badge of honor not to move. Ball flown. Fair. Well, foul. Foul. Boy, I couldn't see it. Man, that was really close. Just over the third base bag into the grass. And that is foul according to the home plate umpire. Weimer has to go back. Some Viking fans beg to differ. It's hard to see the painted line from where we're at. You can't really see it. It's not a very dark line. So an 0-2 count to Weimer. Nobody on. And Grant Parker gets strikeout number 7. Goes from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a miss, strike 3. They throw it around the horn. Few things feel better than seeing the ball thrown around the horn.
Yeah, I think on that strikeout, Weimer has such a crouched stance that I think that rising fastball from Parker kind of plays into an advantage for him.
Avila up to bat, got caught looking his last time up. Pitch low, and really the ball can't rise, but it's when you throw so hard and it looks straight. It plays an optical illusion, and it looks to rise. Here's the 1-0. Pitch high. I've seen a group of Hall of Famers talk about Bob Gibson. That ball will go up, and it doesn't. It's impossible for that to happen with a baseball, but it looks like it because your brain is. Pitch is a strike. 2-1. It's really a cool brain strike because your brain is processing 100 miles an hour. You can't process that, but your brain anticipates a curve, and when it's so fast it goes straight, the brain can't quite understand it, and you see it go. You see it up, but it doesn't. There's a really good PBS documentary called The Heat or Fastball, something like that. It talks all about fastball. It's really, really fascinating. 3-1, just low, ball 4. 1 out, runner at first base. Holthouse up to bat. He's over 2, reached on an error, and then struck out. One thing about baseball, there's a lot of scientific analysis mixed in with folk stories. And that's kind of the mix of folksy and analytical. Leaning more analytical these days, for sure. Pitch dips down and tips the bottom of the strike zone. That's a nasty pitch for Parker. That's just something as a hitter you go, do that 3 times and I'll wave goodbye. There's not much you can do with that thing. Runner at first has a moderate lead. The bunt was missed. Runner takes off to second anyway, so he didn't have to bunt. Will they bunt him over to third now? I say no because there's 2 strikes.
Yeah. Also, just because, there's 1 out, you get the bunt. You can't bring him home on a ground ball. So you just have to be relying on a pass ball at that point to score him other than a base hit. But
Parker sets. He's way up in the count, 0-2. Took forever. A timeout called by Holthouse. Get tired of waiting. Holthouse now digs back in. Those low hands. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8 strikeouts now. More importantly, 2 outs and a runner at second with Braden Hartle, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a got caught looking K. Parker's starting to wheel and deal. Pitch right down Bremer Avenue, called strike 1. 4-2, Waverly Shark leads here in the bottom of the 4th here at Olin Zach Field in beautiful Decorah. Parker sets, throws, bounces. Elson Miller can't find it. It was right between his legs, and the runner goes to third. Well, that's always tough as a catcher. You're searching and searching, and it turns out you laid an egg.
And a good read at second. It didn't take much at all for him to reach safely. He must have had a big secondary because he got there quick.
Yeah, Vila wasted no time. You're right. That's good base running. Counts 1-1 with a runner 90 feet away. A foul back by Hartle. Counts 1-2. What do you throw here if you're Grant Parker?
Well, he dropped in the off-speed to start the at-bat. I think rising it again at the fastball, change the eye level again at the fastball. He just caught up to that last pitch when I go a little higher.
Ball popped up, first base side. Ball popped up, Cedric goes back and makes the grab for out number 3. 1 stranded, none scored. We go to the 5th inning. Waverly Shark 4, Decorah 2 on the K-Way Sports Network.
Mom, I don't feel good. My throat hurts.
I think I caught the bug going around the office. Hi, honey, just rolled her ankle at her game. I think we need to go to the walk-in clinic to get it checked out. I'll meet you there.
When you need care today, the walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center is here for you. Get exceptional local care with on-site labs and x-ray from skilled and friendly healthcare providers without waiting for an appointment. Our experienced nurse practitioners and physician assistants are ready to help with those unforeseen sprains, strains, and sniffles. Located on 9th Street Southwest in Waverly, Iowa, the walk-in clinic is open when you need it, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can even check in online at waverlyhealthcenter.org/check-in. Convenient, comprehensive, and the care you need close to home. The walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center. Big city care, small town comfort.
Caden Alstad still on the bump for Decorah as Waverly Shark leads 4-2. We go to the 5th inning with Hofert, Rage, and Sedgwick up to bat. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Waverly Shark. Aiden Hofert is 0 for 1 with a walk, a ground out, and a run scored. Matt Ray, Henry Powers with you. Getting a gorgeous day. The sun's still high up above us. Lights aren't going to be needed for quite a while. The lush trees on the bluff in the distance, fans wrapped around behind you, even some sitting in lawn chairs down the left field line. One man in a big old golf cart UTV thing. Ball hit right back of the pitcher. His glove pops up. He barehands it, throws to first, and that is an out. What a play. That ball was hit so hard by Holford, it knocked Alstad's glove off. The glove went down. He stayed cool as the other side of the pillow. I mean, he didn't freak out or go, wow, that was neat. He just went and picked the ball off the grass in front of the mound and threw to first. Well, you don't see that every day.
No, I mean, it's right in Hofert's wheelhouse. It's low. You know, the lefties like to stroke that one, hit it right back at him, and must have caught more of the web to knock the glove off.
Rage up to bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to first. Watches one low, 1-0. That's not often. You hit it so hard. You knock a glove off a guy's hand, you still get out. But if he doesn't get the glove on that ball's in center field.
Mm-hmm.
Ball slap foul, fair, third base side. That is a swinging bunt, and Rage makes it to first. He just set that thing down. I said foul, that was my mistake right off the bat, but it sat down on the grass, and there's nothing you can do defensively about that. So runner at first, Ian Sedgwick up to bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and then a strikeout his last time up, got caught looking. Timeout called as Toma is running at first base for Rage. Technically, it can be used as the courtesy runner because the DH is running for the catcher. So you enter the catcher, and then you courtesy run for the catcher. That is all legal. The flexibility you have as a high school manager versus any other level. Pitch inside, 1-0 to Sedgwick, the lefty. Hawks up by just 2 runs here as we get to the 5th inning, starting to get late in game 1. Sedgwick waits very patiently. Pitch comes, it's low. Runner takes off to second. Toma is safe with the head first slide. And a 2-out count, so he puts himself in scoring position with an out on the board. It's a big steal.
Yeah, especially because Sedgwick's just coming off a 3 RBI game. He's, and again, perfect spot in the lineup, right at cleanup, and that's why you put guys on base to get in scoring position so Sedgwick can knock them in.
That's right, get the table setter so the big guys can eat. A lot of attention being given to the runner at second. Next pitch is inside, spins Sedgwick away a little bit. Didn't spin, really, just kind of leaned away from it. Counts 3-0. Be a solid red light here for Sedgwick. He won't be swinging. He does. It's because he forgot the count. Next pitch just hits the zone. He tries to spin away, make it look like it was a ball. It was not. 3-1 count. Did he have a dream about a pitch last night? If he sees it, he should swing. Here's the 3-1 delivery from Alstad. Ball popped up, It's going to get out of play over the third base dugout side towards the jail. Count is full. A battle here between Cedric and Alstead. Cedric can win this battle, sets the Go Hawks up in a good situation to add to their 2-run lead. The pitch, curveball, hard hit ball into center field. This one's going all the way back to the warning track. It will be caught by Holthouse, and it will advance the runner to third. That is a long out. That's out number 2. Well, he stroked it really well. Holthouse did a good job of going back there, using his left hand to kind of find the wall. Played it perfectly.
Yeah, not much you can do if you're Cedric. I mean, he sat back on it and put the barrel on it, just couldn't quite get enough distance. At least he moved the runner up, though. Now, runner on third with 2 outs.
Playing at Michelson Park, that might have gone out. I think this is just a little bit deeper than Michelson. Garrick Tibbetts up to bat. He's 0 for 2. Garrick Tibbetts hits in the doubleheader last night. Ground ball for shortstop. Ground ball. Mr. Harville will throw to first. He drops it. A run scores. An error. An E3 as the first baseman dropped it. Toma comes home to score. That's a Folkerts Financial Strategies insurance run. Help insure your family's future by calling Folkerts Financial Strategies. That's why you always run things out. You never know in baseball.
Yep, I've been there before. I've dropped plenty of those low balls, just kind of in between, but it was definitely catchable.
So an error on the first baseman. Third error by the Vikings. Go Hawks have been taking advantage of those. Grant Parker up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Hard hit ball into right field. It's a single. Feel good for that kid. He may score a run from there. He's going to go to, well, he's going to stay at first. It is a single. Here's the play at the plate. He's safe. Getting dirty there was Gehrig. Tibbetts scored on an RBI single for Grant Parker, and finally Grant finds some grass and helps his own cause. It's 6-2 Go Hawks. As it'll be courtesy run 4 by Landers. Boy, he almost had a double, but to get a guy to score from first, you really got to poke it.
Yeah, and he found the gap, that's for sure. Forced the outfielder to change direction and track that one down, and all you got to do as a runner is keep your head down till you hear otherwise, and good speed on the bases.
Adam Riley comes out to visit. Doesn't look like we're seeing a pitching change as Alstead spinning around, kind of ignoring the conversation in part.
Probably thinking I could have been out of this inning. That ball's caught at first.
That's right. I know. You got to be able to not play the blame game, but it's hard when you're a pitcher.
Yeah.
You think, I'm sweating my butt off. You get one ball your way, you know. But if you play the blame game, everybody loses. The teams that blame the most lose the most.
Yeah, it's a team sport.
I've seen teams arguing in the dugouts and stuff. I've never seen a team arguing in the dugout in a sub-state championship, though, because they don't get there.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't happen at state.
Nope.
Those happen to teams that get knocked out first round. And he didn't. I'm not saying he did the blame game, but it's so hard in baseball not to do that. Lance Myers up to bat. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a run scored. Go Hawks up by 4 runs with a runner at first base. Landers dives back, kind of crawls back to the first base bag. Now crawls up. Has a wry smile there as he knew the slide back wasn't going to win any contest for looks. Gets a little bigger lead. Takes off to second. Swing and a miss by Myers. Throw to second is not in time as Landers swipes the bag. Now he's in scoring position as Myers has an 0-1 count against him here in the top of inning number 5 here in Decorah. 6-2 Waverly Shellrock.
Honestly, Myers has had 2 of the better at-bats because he's just been really short. Both hits the opposite way. I mean...
And he's gotten his hits on 1-1 counts each time.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a pretty early ambush on those fastballs, so we'll see what type of approach he gets. Bottom of the order. Take it for granted. Bottom of the order. Take it for granted.
Next pitch. Ball hit second base side. It'll be fielded by second base side. He throws to first, and that ends the inning with the Go Hawks get 2. They lead 6-2 as it's time to stretch as we go to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
It's a name you know with a 1-chip
Rolling Forward Shell Rock is proud to support the Go Hawks. Hi, this is Grace Stockdale. Visit our championship team at Rolling Forward. Like the Go Hawks, the staff at Rolling Forward is dedicated, skilled, and will go above and beyond for you. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle or servicing your vehicle, trust the championship team at Rolling Forward. Good luck, Go Hawks, from all of us at Rolling Forward in Shell Rock.
We get you rolling, rolling forward.
Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing in Waverly is who to call for your full range of automotive services to keep your car running smoothly. Dale Service offers quick oil changes, full mechanic services, including custom exhaust, tune-ups, brakes, alignments, suspension service, air conditioning service, and more. Stop by today for a free estimate. Dale Service also has 24-hour towing and 24/7 roadside assistance. Call 230-3081 in case of emergency. For exceptional auto repair in Waverly, give Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing a call today.
Hope you got a good stretch in. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Go Hawks lead 6-2 as Grant Parker stays on the mound facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. He'll face his counterpart, pitcher Caden Alstad, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. There's been 8 strikeouts by Grant Parker so far in game number 1 of a doubleheader here in Northeast Iowa Conference action. The top 2 teams facing one another. Ground ball, second base. Rose gets it, throws to first as he kind of gallops into that throw. And there's 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. That brings up Caleb Meyer, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a double, and a run scored. Grant Parker's parents, by the way, wearing identical T-shirts. I say, you guys one of those couples? His mom said, I had it on first. So I'm guessing Dad should have changed. They didn't both say, go Grant or anything on it, by the way. It's just your typical Go Hawk shirts. Pitch low, 1-0. My kids, they're the type, if they wear a Chiefs shirt, they say everybody's got to wear their Chiefs shirts today. If they wear a Go Hawk shirt, everybody's got to wear a Go Hawk shirt. Matching is so fun. When does matching stop being fun, I guess? Ball hit into center field. Hofer will let that bounce. Picks it up, throws it in. Kind of had a funny bounce on him, but it wasn't going to be any more than 1 bag as Caleb Myers is aboard. That'll bring up Fisher Tweeten. Tweeten is 0 for 1 of the fly out to left and a walk. Again, that fly out to left was that close to being a double. Dylan Stockdale hunted it down in the gap. One of the biggest plays of the game, really. And that was back in the first inning when Decorah could have, taken the lead. It was 1-0, and that single, if it could have gotten through, would have given them 2 runs, no doubt, as a balk. Gosh, movement on the shoulders. That was a good call by the official. Couldn't do anything other than call that on Parker's. He just swung his shoulders.
Yeah, probably just heard something from the dugout, the field, whoever. Got his attention.
Tweeten watches one and hit the outside corner for a strike. Yeah, back in the first inning, you never know when the biggest play of the game is going to be. That's what you tell kids. Every pitch matters because you never know what play will win it. Everyone thinks about the end of the game plays, but sometimes it's the first inning. Sometimes it's the first at-bat. Who knows? Especially when you've got a game featuring 2 good pitchers. Way high. Good job there by Elson Miller to get his hand way up there to catch that because that goes by. Myers is standing at third easy. 1-1 count, 1 out, and a runner at second base. The Go Hawks up by 4. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Tweeten. Ball had a little bend on it.
It's interesting. Elson Miller kind of starts in a modified crouch just to, you would figure, be able to catch up to the higher fastball easier and receive it better, but
he gets his butt way up there. Strike 3 called. Ring him up, sir. That is the 9th strikeout for Mr. Parker. Runner at second base, hoping not to be stranded as Cade Olson comes up to bat. Did not have a hit on the year coming into this game, has 2 tonight. Granted, he's only up for his 5th time this year. Parker steps off the back of the rubber. Cat and mouse games being played. Meyer takes that lead, dancing. Still dancing around back and forth. Swing and a miss. Sometimes those guys that dance back and forth, they're really not going to go, especially if they're going back. But they get your attention. They want to, rent a room in between your ears. Fastball inside. Ball 1-1 count to Olson. That was something I always enjoyed. When you get on, I think make yourself known. Make the pitcher account for you. Make the pitcher account for you. Soft ground ball back to Parker, bounces. Soft ground throw to first, and that will end the inning. 1 hit, 1 stranded, none scored. The Go Hawks lead 6-2 as we go to the 6th inning. You're listening to high school baseball on the K-Way Sports Network.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Christy DeMuth, agent. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. When it comes to protecting all your assets, give People's Insurance Agency a call. People's Insurance Agency's main office has been located in Waverly for 8 years. It is your family-owned, local, independent agency of neighbors helping neighbors in the surrounding area for the past 35 years. If you're looking for a quote with competitive rates or just have an insurance question, visit People's Insurance Agency in Waverly or call 352-6327 to talk with one of their friendly, knowledgeable insurance specialists. People's Insurance Agency. They strive for excellence in all they do.
Waverly Tire Company pitching change as Cash Reilly is the right-handed pitcher. He's a sophomore, just like Alstead was a sophomore. He's only pitched 1 inning. Opponents went 2 for 4 against him in that inning, though he did not give up a run in that 1 inning of work. That's not a great sample size to really get a read on a kid. He's got some shaggy hair coming out of the back of his cap. Wears the pants all the way down to the spikes, light-colored leather glove as he'll face the 8-9 and 1 hitters for Waverly Shark. That's Nolan Foster leads things off. He's 0 for 2, though he reached on an error. Also struck out and scored a run in the game. Got some kids sitting in the football bleachers beyond the right center field fence with their legs dangling down the back. Gotta love kids trying to find the most unique way to watch a game.
Yeah, I've seen some kids right up next to the dugout this year. It's a fun time as little kids. They feel like such celebrities to you at that age.
That's exactly right. These boys are the big boys. Pitch at the knees, called strike on Foster. And you got to remember that these high school kids, they got to remember whether they want to be or not, they're already role models to somebody. Mm-hmm. Waiting for the 0-1. Breaking pitch, touch foul by Foster, 0-2. I remember one time, years ago, they were doing a senior night, and they were talking about favorite baseball memories. And I was in between games, and I was getting lineups from coaches. And one kid, the senior, said his favorite baseball memory was a Little League memory. And here's the 0-2. Pitch low. The little boy standing next to his mom, couldn't have been much more than 6. Turns said, he played Little League? It never occurred to him that these boys ever played Little League. They just seemed like the big ones. And it was kind of that moment. I just thought, yeah, that's exactly the way to encapsulate this. Ball flown into center field. That one's going to be caught by Holthouse for out number 1. That'll bring up Sam Rose, who's 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, and a strikeout. But yeah, to these little kids, boy, you are the big time. You are. There's kids that grew up when there's certain good players, and they talk about, I was a big fan of, and they fill in the blank. And I'm like, yeah, he was a kid. In my mind, he's still a kid, but for them, that was the guy who inspired them to want to be the best Go Hawk they could be, or the best Viking they could be. 1 out, nobody on. Ball bunted. Oh, that ball stuck straight down in the dirt. Sam Rose couldn't do that again if he tried. Stuck it right down, never left the box.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Well, that ball must have been spinning. I mean, it went straight down in the dirt and stuck there. There's not a crater there or anything. Counts 0-1. Rose is always a threat to bunt. He's probably not going to bunt now, that it's no longer going to take him by surprise. The third baseman is playing in on the grass. Ball foul. 0-2. 6-2, Waverly Shark leads. We're in the top of inning number 6. Back to being the role model. You wonder who of these guys, some little guy, 6 years or so, will say they wanted to be like. Ball flowing into left field. That's ball's tagged pretty well, but right at Weimer for out number 2. 2 outfield flyouts, and the Go Hawks have 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Dylan Stockdale's 0 for 3 with a ground out and a couple strikeouts with K's facing both ways. It's free and easy, they're saying here, as they want to just play loose. Dylan Stockdale, see if he can do that.
He's probably got redemption on his mind. Wants to make up for the couple strikeouts. Frustrated after those at-bats.
Ball low, and Stockdale held off on that one. He struck out a little bit more than he has in the, last year. He seemed to never strike out. He was such a tough out to get. But still a great batting average. Ball popped up. It's over our heads. Going towards the pond again. That will 2 bounce. And, get wet there. Boy, you better buy a lot of baseballs if you're going to have a pond next to you.
Yeah.
It's like me buying golf balls.
Right.
1-1. Boy, that one got in the zone. That did not look like it was going to be a strike at all off the hand of Reilly.
Yeah, I think Stockdale was thinking just like you were. He kind of pulled that front shoulder.
Yeah, he said his last name, Reilly. That's going to be a strike, and it was a strike. Here's the 1-2. Pitch high. Boy, that thing even got closer to the zone than I thought it was going to. There's a lot of north-south movement. Looking into the dugout for the sign is Meyer. He gets it. He flashes it to Reilly. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Ball hits into right field. That will drop for a 1-bagger as Stockdale gets on base for the first time tonight. That brings up Aiden Hofert. Go Hawks trying for a 2-out rally. They got the right part of the order to do it. Time call by Stockdale as he's got to take off his paraphernalia. It's always nice to be in the first base dugout when you're first base coach. You can unload all that stuff. Hofert is 0 for 2 with a walk. A couple of ground outs and a run scored. Throw to first. Stockdale's back.
Man, had an eye on Stockdale, and he about took a step towards second, and he still got back with no problem.
I know.
You can tell. He gets going right away, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get going to second. He wants second base badly. There he goes. Ball hits. That ball's in the gap. That ball's over the head of the left fielder. Stockdale's going to score. Hofert with an RBI double, and it's 7-2. Another Folkers Financial Services insurance run. Good hit by Hofert. Good. Stockdale with that good jump, and there was no way he wasn't scoring.
Yeah, I thought he was going to run through the dugout when he came over here. Turned on the jets.
Yeah, he was flying. He was flying, and he'd been itching all night to get on first base.
Yeah, wants to expend all that energy.
Yeah, but if you let me to first, I'm going home. And he certainly did. Hofert, the big helper there. That's a 2-out rally for the Go Hawks. Let's see if Rage can continue it. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a run scored. Fouls it. 1-2. I mean, 1-2, what am I talking about? 0-1. Get way ahead of myself. I'm a prophet here. That's just going to be eventually, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. Rage is hoping I'm wrong. He sets. For second. Thinking he's might go. Ball popped up on the infield first base side. Will drift foul. Kind of lucky there by Rage that one didn't get caught. Hofert's really taking the attention of everybody.
Yeah, he knows he's not. He can take an extra step and be okay with it just because nobody's at the bag. But, yeah, it's just a mental game, getting ahead of the pitcher.
2 outs. Really sets. The 0-2. Foul ball by Rage as he just touched it. catcher, he's got kind of a stars and stripes chest protector. Works well with the blue and red and white jersey. Holford with a nice lead at second, being held on by the second baseman. Now they'll turn and give him a look back. It's a power play when the pitcher turns and you just nonchalantly step back like, I don't believe you, buddy. In fact, I'm going to get a bigger lead next time. Ball gets over the head of the catcher, and to third goes Holford. By the way, it is 1-2. I told you. Part profit. I wish I would have elaborated and gone on to tell you what happened after that, but I don't know. That's all the further this seer goes. 325 down the line and left, 320 and a right. Down the line and left, 350 to straightaway center field. That 15-foot straightaway center blue, that 15-foot fence blue in center, but 8-foot center left. Ball hit high and hard into left center field, and it's all the way back to the center field. Center fielder catches it. Holthouse got it right near the door that goes out right center field fence. That's a long out, but the Go Hawks get one. They lead by 5 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Decorah will bat when we return on the K-Way Sports Network.
Imagine a world with slow internet, where your Netflix locks up, your podcasts won't play, and stop. That sounds unbearable. Luckily, you've got Butler Bremer Communications. In fact, we were just designated a smart rural community. This means we're a top-performing broadband provider, and with direct fiber connections and up to 200 meg download and upload speeds, you've got everything you need to work, play, and stream as much as you want online. Learn more at butler-bremer.com today.
Harvest more of what you grow with Case IH Axle Flow Combines. From header to spreader, Axle Flow's industry-leading innovations deliver cleaner grain from the field to the bin. Get the capacity you need with easy adjustment options to match your crop and field condition, all while minimizing potential grain loss. Add automated efficiency of the optional AFS harvest command and take control of your harvest. Put your grain in the tank and your money in the bank with Axle Flow Combines. Contact New Hampton Red Power in New Hampton today to put the latest technology to work for you with Case IH.
7-2, Waverly Sharrock leads as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. The 7-8-9 hitters due against Grant Parker. Casey Brickley's 0 for 1 of the walk and a strikeout. First pitch is a strike called by home plate umpire Dan Klein. Parker's been very good here. Started off, not finding the zone early, then eventually locked in and has been great. Ball hits into shallow left field. Good swing there by Brickley, and that will get the leadoff man aboard. Ben Weimer up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a sac bunt and a strikeout. Do they play small ball, you think, even with being down by 5, or do you play this straight up?
I bet they'll just try to trade places. Pile up the extra base hits, just keep the line moving.
Go to first base. Talk about mental toughness. This is where that comes into play.
Have you had discussions about their mental toughness and their mental energy, because these stretches are draining?
We talked a little bit after Game 1 yesterday about the mental side of things a little bit. Baseball's a game of failure. You can fail 6-7 times and still be considered, a really good hitter. And so that's just something that, guys that are putting good swings on the baseball and the opposing team's catching it or whatever it may be, guys just need to continue to trust the process and things will work out.
Yeah, again, this is a tough week. Pitch high, 2-0 now to Weimer. Again, they tried to play to New Hampton on Tuesday, had to come back on Thursday, play them, split last night. Got a doubleheader with the conference leaders. Breaking pitch down the middle, strike 1. The Hawks can take the lead in the conference if they sweep tonight, though. Parker shakes off the first sign, now agrees upon the second one offered, steps off. A lot of cushion here for the Go Hawks. It's all about getting 6 more outs. When you think it happened in high school baseball, you can get a big bloated inning. Swing and a miss by Weimer evens the count at 2s. Yeah, you can get a big bloated inning if you start making mistakes. Decorah scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The Gohawks 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the fifth, and 1 more in the sixth. Strike 3 called. Ring him up, sir. It's out number 1, and strikeout number 10. Grant Parker, a real strikeout artist. He's done a really great job this season of getting strikeouts. He came into this game with 26 of them. He's now up to 36 season strikeouts. Lollygag throw over to first base. That's just I'm letting you know you're there, guy. Yeah, 2 moves usually, the just throwing over and the I'm going to get you guy.
Mm-hmm.
Avila waiting for the pitch. He's 0 for 1 of the strikeout and a walk. Pitch right across the numbers, strike 1. It may have been actually a tad high, but it was called strike by Mr. Klein.
Yeah, probably wanted to lay off early in the count. Probably might see a better pitch.
You'd think so. Cedric holding the runner at first. There's the throw. He's back. Runner did not dive. Always been one, especially the righty. Make sure you at least have to dive. That's how big your lead should be. Step on a dive. Ball hit into right field. It'll drop. Foster gets it in quickly, so it's stationed. Oh, bounced off the helmet of the runner standing at second base. Skipped off there. And there's a single. It didn't hurt anybody. Foster did a good job of getting it back in quickly to make sure it was just a station-to-station baseball. 7-2 Waverly Shark leads. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here in game number 1. Ethan Holthouse up to bat. He's 0 for 3. Did reach on an air. Also struck out twice. Pitch ball 1 on the first offering.
See if Parker can maybe snap one of those sliders off, get him to roll over and do a double play. That would be helpful for the Gohawks.
1 out in the inning that would end it. Swing and a miss. Big cut, big miss. Boy, it snapped into the pud, didn't it?
I was going to say, extra pop on that one.
It sounded delicious. Next pitch hits the outside corner at the knees. Great pitch. 1-2 the count. Grant Parker trying to strike out Holthouse for the 3rd time this game. Quickly nods at the sign. Sets. Throws. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The 11th K. And 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Hartle, who's 0 for 3 with a flyout to center, strikeout looking, and a pop-up to Cedric at first base. Cedric wearing the sunglasses. As the sun's starting to set, it'll be tough for the first baseman. Pitch low, good block by Elsa Miller. Keeps the runners at bay. Of course, probably not going to try to advance too many guys just because you don't want to run into outs. It's got to be for sure by a catcher, not just 30. Parker waiting on the 1-0, taking a long time. Now steps off the back of the rubber. Steps off the back Vikings of the rubber. Back to their safe bases. Back to their safe bases. Back to their safe bases. He sets. Throws. He sets. Ground ball. Throws. Second base. Ground ball. Taking it to the second base bag himself for the force is Rose. And that will end the inning. The Gohawks will look for some Folkers Financial Services insurance runs as they lead by 5. We'll be back right after this on the K-Way Sports Network.
Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill in Waverly is the place to bring your friends and stay a while. With pizza, sandwiches, the Cedar Valley's best burgers, wraps, and amazing salads, the Dirty Dog has something for everyone. Stop in to watch the game or just grab a cold beer or your favorite drink and enjoy the great atmosphere with state-of-the-art TVs and sound system. The Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill in Waverly. Real food for real people.
First Maxfield Mutual Insurance provides protection for your home or farm you can afford, all backed by friendly hometown service. The staff at First Maxfield Mutual Insurance in Denver knows the Cedar Valley area and knows insurance. Whether you want to review your current coverage or you need some advice and a quote, we're here to provide you with personal attention and the coverage you need. For over 150 years, Cedar Valley residents have counted on us for quality protection from Farm Mutual Insurance. Contact a First Maxfield Mutual agent for all your insurance needs.
Seventh inning, go Hawks looking for some focused financial strategies, insurance runs as the 4, 5, and 6 hitters are due against Reilly. Cedric's up to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a flyout to center field. And he's a southpaw. Ball hit hard right at the right fielder. That is a line drive out. As of Eli got to that for out number 1 on pitch number 1 of the inning. That brings up Garrick Tibbetts. Tibbetts is 0 for 3, though he did reach on an error as the first baseman dropped the ball, and then he scored in the 5th inning. One of these guys, when you get to sit here next to the batter's box, you just see these kids, and Garrick, well, he sure looks young. He is young. He's a freshman. You forget that with the way he's been playing, though. He's just been stroking it. It's absolutely crushing. Swing and a miss there as he looks silly on that swing.
Yeah, a lot of room to improve. Just just getting reps, tendencies. He's got a lot of learning to do.
He starts where a lot of guys have ended, though.
Yeah.
Breaking pitch, caught the top of the zone, 0-2. So promising, but you're right. You got to keep learning because otherwise guys will figure you out.
Mm-hmm.
See that major league level all the time. Have a flash in the pan career because you got to have more than one trick. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 7th inning. 7-2, Waverly Sharrock leads as Reilly fires. And there's a ball hit into left field. This ball is going to be caught by a running Weimer. Well tapped ball out there, but second corner outfield catch of the inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Grant Parker up to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, most recently an RBI single. Scored 2 runs on that. Big one back in the 5th. Give the Go Hawks more cushion. When it was 4-2, now it's 7-2. Pitch straight down the chute, strike 1 called. 2 outs, nobody aboard here in the 7th inning. Go Hawks trying to claim game 1 with one of the races. Who's now batting, Grant Parker. Pitch low. Good frame job by Meyer, but the umpire was not buying what he was selling. Grant Parker waiting for the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Another hit for Parker. 2 in a row, and that brings up Lance Myers. Go Hawks had a 2-out rally to score last inning. When Stockdale got a single, then Hopefert hit a double to score him. There's Parker's single. Lance Myers up to bat. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, a ground out, and a run scored in this ball game. Landers courtesy running at first. Like to steal him over to second, put himself in scoring position. Throw to first, he dives back, gets there. He's going, though, somewhere in this count.
Yeah, it makes sense for the throw over, too. Usually when a pinch runner comes in, a pretty good idea. They're going to be active.
He doesn't take off. Pitches a ball to Myers. You might be more likely to get Myers a meatball, too, with a runner at first occupying the attention of Reilly. Reilly sets. Goes back to the runner at first. Now a throw to first. Going off to second is Myers. He's in a pickle. Landers running back. Anders will dive, and he's out. He didn't dive, actually. He stayed on his feet, and he's out. Got caught in a pickle. That was a 1-3-4-1, I think, put out front, number 3. We go to the 7th inning. Go Hawks have a 5-run cushion. Let's see if they can close out the victory when we return on the KWA Sports Network.
With the start of school and sports, we don't have as much time to spare like they did in the old days. DNL, service and excellence. His office offers virtually every dental procedure, so you won't have to waste time driving somewhere else to have it done. Visit Waverly.
Missing Wi-Fi connection or no connection at all? The problem isn't with your internet service. It's with your Wi-Fi network. Waverly Utilities. Whole home. Learn more at WaverlyUtilities.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Waverly Shark will be leading 7-2. Decorah coming up to bat with their 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Hobson now the new pitcher in the Waverly Tire Company pitching change. By the way, great outing for Grant Parker. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 6 hits, and 2 runs allowed. Gave his team a 5-run lead. Hobson pitched 3 innings yesterday in 2 different games, threw only 25 total pitches. In the first game, he threw 3 pitches, 3 flyouts. And he'll face Alstead, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Ball hits second base, the first base side of second base, if I can say that. Gets by Rose for a single. He pitches to contact. It wasn't hard contact at all there. Sometimes they find a gap.
Yeah, I just kind of had a feeling that Alstad was going to be aggressive. You know, last inning when Parker got out of that, he had Alstad on deck. That would have been an interesting at bat, his 4th time seeing Parker. But, yeah, he was aggressive early, just wanted to hit something straight.
Garrett Waskow, a junior, comes into courtesy run at first base. You think they're going to take a lot of pitches here. You can't afford to be too aggressive on the base pass or really with the bats when you're down by 5, needing all 5 in this inning. Myers a 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a strikeout, and a run scored. Fastball strike called. Hobson, the brunette hair coming out of the black cap, sets shoulder high. Throws, and there's a ground ball to Mr. Riley, who he misses it. E10. Count 0-2.
That one had a little more steam on it.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah. If I say you'd get that one, Matt. And Kennan comes out of the dugout to go get that ball, by the way. Here's the 0-2. Ball slapped. Third base charges. Tibbetts will throw to first. Got him. Good play there by Garrick Tibbetts. All sorts of confidence on that. Runner goes to second, but the runner at second is a moot point. Unless you can get him out, it's a moot point. It's all about getting the next 2 guys up to bat out. As Fisher Tweeten comes up, he's 0 for 2 with a fly out to left, a walk, and a strikeout looking. So a 5-3 put out of Caleb Meyer, the 4 hitter, brings up the 5 hitter. 7-2, go Hawks with the lead. Hobson throws one that spins down the middle. Strike 1 called as Tweeten kept the bat Velcro to his shoulder. We're starting to look into the sun here. So bring your baseball cap. Next pitch hit into center field. That will drop in front of Hofer. Hofer comes up throwing. He's going to the plate with this. And the runner stays at third. Good throw by Hofer. Boy, he can really wing it.
He's got... It just looks like such a loose arm. You know, it's not really over the top. It's kind of a sidearm release.
I think he's going to pitch in game 2, by the way.
Yeah.
And also, Decorah wasn't going to run themselves into it now. They're being extra cautious.
No. Yeah.
Because if you get 1, whoop-de-doo. You need 5.
Exactly.
Olsen up to bat. Not that it's completely whoop-de-doo, but it is not what matters. Courtesy runner comes in. Caleb Meyer's actually going to pinch run. Hold on, that's not Myers. That is Cash Reilly. Now up to bat is Cade Olson. One out. Double plays in order, but there's runners at the corners. Ball popped up and out of play. It's going to go right towards the parking lot. Only Dylan Stockdale's parents parked back there. The ball had no chance of getting them there. The ball had no chance of getting them there. Need to go across the street, but I'm always brought across the street. Need to go across the street. A home run might get my vehicle. Ground ball up the middle. That's a gift wrapped one. 6-3 double play. And that ends the ball game. 7-2. Waverly Shell Rock with the win in game number 1. That's half the job they came here to do. And it's a good half. It's a 6 unassisted into 3 double play and ends the ball game. 7-2. The Go Hawks get the win. We'll take a break. Come back with the Waverly Box and Pallet box score.